What's good, people? Today, the topic of interest is building a strong base of self esteem. So, we're going to be targeting one particular aspect of self esteem, which is self acceptance. But before we can get into all that, I want to give us, first of all, just a definition of what self esteem is, because it's one of those esoteric things where everybody's got a different definition of what it is. So, this is my definition. My definition of self esteem is the way that a person feels about themselves at any given moment in time. Because the way that your mind works is your mind is continuously making judgments on you. So it watches your behavior, watches the decisions that you make, and it scores you. So, for example, it goes like, oh, Barry's made a good decision today. He stood up, he's been integral, he did what he said he's going to do. Point for Barry. Bing! And then whenever you make decisions that go against your values, or you lie to yourself, or you don't do what you say you're going to do, you're dishonest, your mind takes a point away, goes, don't deserve to feel good for that. So it tallies all these things up, and then the accumulation of all these small decisions, the tally equals self-esteem, or equals the way that you feel about yourself. And the way that you feel about yourself will fluctuate, right? Like sometimes you'll be riding high and everything's Gucci, everything's great, and there'll be times where it fluctuates and it drops a little bit. But the main aim is that we have it at a decent level. So we want to be striving to be sitting at around about a 7 to a 10. Ideally, that would be great. But in order just to be able to build a good base of self-esteem, it starts off with the building blocks, which is self-acceptance, accepting yourself. And self-acceptance isn't one of those things where you have to like what you accept. Sometimes you think like, if I accept myself, it means that I totally love myself and everything about me. No, self-acceptance at the foundational level is just you saying that I choose to be a friend to myself. I choose to be for me. I choose not to be my own enemy. It starts off there. Like when you have a really good friend, your friend doesn't like disown you when you make a mistake, or your friend doesn't disown you when you're weak. Your friend is there to support you throughout the process. They'll stick with you. And that's what you want to be doing for yourself. And especially particularly in the area when you're dealing with difficult emotions, emotions that you don't like, because a lot of us don't really deal with the emotions that we don't like. We do certain things. The four ways that people most would normally deal with difficult emotions. So some of them will deny. So you could be feeling bad, you could be feeling sad, and you're like, oh no, I feel fine, I feel great, not me. I'm too strong to feel that. And then you got some people who would judge themselves. So they judge their emotions. So rather than just accepting, like, oh man, I feel this type of way, they're like, no, 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 I can't be feeling this way. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. This is weak. This doesn't even make sense, right? So they're judging themselves. There's some people who will rationalize things. So rather than just taking complete ownership for what is and accepting the truth, they'll rationalize and be like, it's probably because of this, or it's probably because I ate that cheese. That cheese is making me feel this way. You're not taking complete ownership. And then the last way that people deal with it is that they accept their emotions. And accepting is a difficult thing, because when you truly accept difficult emotions that you feel, it leads you to the truth. Because a lot of the time, your emotions that you have, they're just messages to you. They're just telling you something. They're taking you deeper to a particular truth. And when you accept the truth of something, that's when you're in a position where you can make a fundamental change. I'll give you guys an example. So in the book, The Six Pillars of Self-Esteem, it gives an example of the author who was dealing with this lady who was angry that her husband was going away on a trip. So he was going away on holiday, probably going fishing for 2 weeks with his boys. And she wasn't happy. She was angry. She's like, I'm fuming that he's going away on holiday. I don't want to feel this way. She's thinking, I feel stupid to feel this way. I feel stupid. It's wrong. And the guy was like, yo, don't worry, babe, chill. Like, it's all right. He goes, it's okay for you to feel that way. Now, let's take a step back and accept that you feel this way. So it gets the lady to calm down. She stops making rationalizing, stops judging, and she accepts that, okay, I accept that I feel angry that my partner is going on holiday. And when she sat with it and she breathed into it and she accepted it, it went a little bit deeper. She asked herself, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel anger that my partner is going away on holiday? And then it dug deeper, and she found out that she was afraid of being alone. She was afraid of being alone from a partner. And then when she dug a bit deeper, why do I feel afraid to be alone? She was afraid that if she was alone, she'll be tempted to go speak to other men. She'll be tempted to be unfaithful to her husband, right? That was the truth. But when she got to that truth, when she sat with the emotions and she got to that truth, she was now in a position where she can do something about it. And it's the same with us. Sometimes when you don't accept the truth of things, or you don't accept the difficult emotions that you feel, you deny them, you run away from them, you distract yourself from them, it stops you from growing. And doing and accepting does not mean liking. And accepting is a difficult thing. And this is only something that I've recently begun to be better at. I'll give you guys an example. There was one particular time where like I felt lonely and I didn't accept the feelings of loneliness. So I remember for most of my life, guys, I've been popular. I've always had sauce. Yeah. Can't buy that, baby. But I've always felt like I've had sauce. I've always been fairly popular. I've always been well liked. So I remember there was a time where I experienced this for the first time. I was like, man, I'm not liked here. Or I perceived that I wasn't liked. So I used to play football, and I joined a club, and I was trialing there for like a month or so. And I felt so lonely that I felt like, man, I got no friends here. I feel like I've got nothing in common with these people. But rather than accepting the feelings of loneliness that I felt, accepting like, man, I feel lonely right now, I denied it. I was like, haha, me lonely? No, no, no. Mr. Sauce can't be me. Right. I feel fine. I don't need nobody but myself. I'll show people my skills. I can do it by myself. CR7, baby. So I held that attitude for a long time. And it wasn't until later that I reflected, like, dang, I felt lonely at the time. And when I was able to accept that I felt lonely, I was able to first of all see that, one, people were actually extending a hand to try be my friend, to try get to know me. But because I didn't want to accept the feelings of loneliness that I felt at the time, I couldn't perceive the hands that people were putting out to me to try get to know me, and I wouldn't extend the hand out as well, so I wouldn't be open. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I was like, dang, okay, fair enough. Maybe I participated in my own feelings of loneliness. I didn't participate in my own rescue back then. And it starts off with that, seeing the truth within yourself, seeing the truth of things, not running away from difficult emotions, because difficult emotions will lead you to the truth. Emotions are often stacked, they're things on top of each other. So the base emotions that you feel, like anger, fear, there's normally something underneath it. And a lot of the time it could be just a fear of loss. You know what I'm saying? So the different messages behind that. So the message of the day is to sit with your emotions and to accept them. So not to run away. It doesn't mean that you like him. It could be a part. It could be that you don't like, for example, the way that you feel, or you don't like the way that you look, or you don't like where you are in life right now. That's okay. You can start off there. And sometimes there can be things that you struggle to accept in general. Like, again, almost feel impossible to accept particular things. So sometimes you can just accept that you don't accept something. That's a good place to start. Just accepting that you don't accept something within you, it is a start, because you dissolve it, then you get deeper and deeper into the truth. So that's the message of the day, guys. Don't run away from your difficult emotions. Sit with them, accept them. Doesn't mean you like them. So you guys take care of yourself, and I'll be back in tomorrow for tomorrow's video. Peace.